Kokumi announces immediate boycott of Union Home Minister Amit Saha and two-day shutdown of all state and central offices and institutions in Manipur from tomorrow. Government announces closure of all education institutions, school and colleges, government-aided private and central schools located in Valley district from tomorrow until further order. Mighty men who work at the Indian Army 57 Mountain Division campus in Laimapong missing since yesterday. Irate locals block Laimapong Road at Kato Sabal demanding immediate action. GOC assures efforts on to find missing person. Historic year-long celebration to mark 75 years of adoption of Indian Constitution commences under the campaign Hamara Samvidhan, Hamara Swabhiman. Chief Minister Nongthombam Birren urges citizens to inculcate Constitution's value, principled in rights and called for collective efforts by executive, legislature and judiciary to ensure state's development. Congress Legislative Party leader Okram Bobi alleges Chief Minister Nongthombam Birren leads state government of advocating dictatorship and of violating constitutional norms. And United Committee Manipur's President YK Dhiren alleges central government of meting out third-rate treatment towards Manipur following its merger with India and attributes this neglect to current turmoil. Hello and welcome to Impact News. You're watching Primetime English Bulletin. I'm KANEL SHAMBANDURAM, bringing you the top stories and latest news at this hour. Now, the news in details. Coordinating Committee on Manipur Integrity, Kokumi declares boycott of Union Home Minister Amit Saha with immediate effect and announces a two-day shutdown of all state and central offices and institutions in Manipur starting tomorrow. Essential services, healthcare and academic institutions will be exempted. The decision was made during a meeting held today at Kokumi office in Lamphilpat, where Kokumi coordinator Somarendra Thokchom criticized the state governments for failing to fulfill key demands within the 7 days time frame it has requested. He pointed to the brutal killing of 6 hostages, including an 8-month-old infant and 2 other children in Jiribam, as a turning point. He emphasized that despite assurance, the government has only handed over the Jiribam case to the NIA, leaving other critical demands unaddressed. These demands include justice for the victims, mass operations against Kuki militants, and the repeal of recently reimposed Armed Forces Special Powers Act from areas under 6th Police Station. Somarendra said Kokumi, along with the public, will carry out intense agitation starting tomorrow in demand for removal of Kuki MLAs for trying to destroy the integrity of Manipur, allegedly in collaboration with Kuki narco-terrorists. He urged all the state MLAs who had pledged to support the people's movement to clarify their stance.
Lit or lawyer na koi miyam na longna riba Union Home Minister Amit Saha bukhi warasi loji fawba kokomigi makedegi Manipur miyang loina na ma boycott tawre ngasi dagi hauna state amadi center yauna magi lenga ke lotion khrimak hayeng dagi koi gi minini chupna koi shutdown tawjare shutdown si to budam da koi gi center gi amadi state ki koi official shutdown si to budam da laika ga nang na leba official sing koi gi laika ri club vaira 5 Maheroi Kudimangna, Peruga view, Masi Makata, Kongjang Sing, Akoi, Masi Minisi Matungamu, Miam Tamjan. Manipu Gomena, Mianga, Seminani Hybridina, Miang, Seminar Wakalon process, the Miam to come to have a
Government orders closure of all school and educational institutions in Valley district of Manipur until further order. Director of Education School L. Nandakumar notifies that all schools of the state government-aided, private and central schools located in Valley districts will remain closed from November 27 onwards until further notice. Press note from Joint Secretary Higher and Technical Education, Government of Manipur also notifies closure of all government educational institutions and government-aided colleges under Higher and Technical Education Department, including state universities located in districts where curfew has been imposed, to be closed from tomorrow until further order. A man from Meitei community who worked at the campus of 57th Mountain Division of Indian Army station in Laimakong went missing since yesterday. The missing person is 56-year-old Laishram Kamal Babu, son of Eld Kamardhand, originally hailing from the Gosaipur Kasar district in Assam and currently residing at Imphal West District's Loitang Kuno. Kamal Babu works as supervisor in MS Vinod Constructions, which is engaged for building work at the Indian Army 57 Mountain Division campus. Reportedly, he left for work at the Army campus riding a Honda Activa two-wheeler last morning at around 9. Later in the afternoon, his family realized that his mobile phone has been switched off and his whereabouts were unknown. Subsequently, Kamal Babu's families lodged a missing report at Segmai police station, and based on the missing complaint, Army and police launched search operation to find Kamal Babu. Meanwhile, irate locals blocked Laimakong Road at Kanto Sabald area today, demanding relevant authorities to find the missing man. Protesters expressed suspicion that armed Kuki groups may be involved in the disappearance of Kamal Babu. They expressed anger over the disappearance of a civilian from an army campus. Army has put out barbed wire on the road to thwart the protesters and take stock of the situation. Meanwhile, as per latest update, GOC has met with a team of 6 locals of Kanto Sabald and Loitang Kuno. During the meeting, the GOC said they have the CCTV video footage of Kamal Babu entering the campus, but there is a video footage of him leaving the campus. He assured that they are putting all-out efforts along with Kangpokpi police to find him. On the other hand, the locals have announced indefinite blockade of Kanto Sabal Road until the missing person is found. A historic year-long celebration to mark 75 years of adoption of the Indian Constitution commenced today under the campaign Hamara Sambidhan Hamara Swabhiman. The inauguration at the Sambidhan Sadan witnesses prominent leaders including President Draupadi Murmu, Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Rajya Sabha Leader of Opposition Mallikarjun Kharge, Lok Sabha Leader of Opposition Rahul Gandhi, and the Union Ministers collectively reading the preamble of the Constitution. President Draupadi Murmu recalled that the former President of India, Rajendra Prasad, had said keeping the Constitution alive depends on the people who governed it. Praising the central government, she said that the government has given opportunities to all sections of the society, especially the weaker section. The poor are getting prominent houses, electricity facilities are being provided, world-class infrastructure is being created on a large scale in the country. The President released a book titled Making of the Constitution of India, A Glimpse and Making of the Constitution of India and Its Glorious Journey, and also released a commemorative coin and stamp dedicated to the 75th anniversary of adoption of Constitution of India.
डॉक्टर राजेंद्र प्रसाद ने, प्रारूप समिति के अध्यक्ष डॉक्टर बाबा साहेब अम्बेडकर ने संविधान निर्माण की यात्रा का मार्गदर्शन किया। किया। संविधान सभा में बाबा साहेब के ऐतिहासिक संबंधों से ये तथ्य स्पष्ट होता है कि भारत लोकतंत्र की जननी है। हमने संविधान के माध्यम से सामाजिक न्याय और समावेशी विकास के अनेक बड़े लक्ष्यों को प्राप्त किया है। नई सोच के साथ हम भारत को विश्व समुदाय में नई पहचान दिला रहे हैं। हमारे संविधान निर्माताओं ने भारत को अंतर्राष्ट्रीय शांति और सुरक्षा को मजबूत बनाने में महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभाने का निर्देश दिया है। आज एक अग्रणी अर्थव्यवस्था होने के साथ साथ हमारा देश विश्व बंधु के रूप में ये भूमिका बेखूबी निभा रहे हैं।
Chief Minister Nongthawan Birren urges citizens to inculcate the Constitution's value, principles and right and call for collective efforts by the executive, legislature and judiciary to ensure the state's development. He was addressing the Constitution Day observance organized by Law and Legislative Affairs Department at Darbar Hall, Chief Minister's Secretariat, Babupura today. On the occasion, the Chief Minister also released the Biglot edition of the 3 new criminal major acts in Meitei Mayak script. Nongthawan Birren stressed the importance of mass awareness campaign on the Constitution for building a strong and united nation. He commented that department for its efforts in translating the Constitution into Meitei Mayak, enabling better understanding for current and future generation. The Chief Minister also discussed initiatives such as the war on drug and measures to curb illegal immigrants, including border fencing. While supporting democratic protests, he warns against violence and anti-social activities during agitation, stressing the need to eradicate such elements for a strong and united Manipur. Speaking on the occasion, Law Minister T.S. Vashantakumar emphasized the Constitution's significance as a document of justice, liberty, equality and fraternity. He urged citizens to uphold patriotism and national unity. Legal Department of Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee MPCC also marked National Constitution Day at Congress Bhavan in Imphal. Speaking on the occasion, Congress Legislature Party leader Okram Ibobi alleged Chief Minister Nongthawan Birren led state government of advocating dictatorship and violating the Constitution. He alleged that the government cannot stand any constructive suggestions and ideas from anybody. Ibobi asserted that dictatorship will not last long in a democratic country like India. He also criticized the government for not holding the elections of local bodies until now, which is against the constitutional obligation to conduct polls after every 5 years. In his address, the CLP leader Okram Ibobi called on people to deliberate whether the government is adhering to constitutional norms or not.
Central Parliament Sarkar Maruina Manipur Parliament State Government say Ain Law Chatpagi Wa Laite Boida Nampuda Sason Taugani Madugi Mayokta any journalist Kamde, any political party Kamde, opposition Kamde, Ama Kamde, Mangonda, a Masidi Pate Tauganu Haiba, constructive suggestion, Piri Nesu Kamde, Amasu Kamde. Sarkari Mayokta Hena Agadi, security force Tajalaga, Naigadami, Amohana Nampangam Danaba, Amona, Hogalapangam Danaba, Amohana Nampangam Danaba, Tauriba Satariba Mea Punumaxe, Sambidhangi provision, Mayokta Taubani, dictator Gi Sasoneva, Hyroido, Maram Kaileva.
Bar Council of Manipur, High Court Bar Association Manipur, All Manipur Bar Association and Manipur Judicial Academy also jointly observed Constitution Day at Manipur High Court Auditorium, Chingmairong. Chief Justice of Manipur High Court Justice D. Krishna Kumar, High Court Judges Justice A. Bimold, Justice A. Guneshwar Sarma, Justice Golmai Gaifushilui Kabui, Advocate General Manipur Lenin Hijam, Bar Council of Manipur Chairman as Brajabihari, High Court Bar Association of Manipur Vice President H. Tarun Kumar and Amba President P. Tomcha, among others, attended the event. Speaking on the occasion, Chief Justice D. Krishna Kumar highlighted that on this day, In 1949, the Constituent Assembly adopted the Indian Constitution, stressing that Constitution does not apply to legal only, and it served as the dynamic character of governance. He also stressed that the Indian Constitution is among the oldest constitution in the world, and each of us should be proud of this fact. Justice Krishna Kumar led attendees in reading out the preamble of the Indian Constitution.
Let us rededicate ourselves to the ideals of the Constitution, not to abstract principles but as a practical goals to realize in our daily lives. By doing so, we honor the sacrifice of those who framed the document and contribute to building a stronger, more just India for generations to come. In the words of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, however good a constitution may be, it is sure to turn out bad because those who are called to work it happen to be a bad lot. However a bad constitution may be, it may turn out to be a good if those who are called to work it happen to be a good lot. As we commemorate this day, let us try to be that good lot who serve the constitution with integrity, wisdom and profound sense of justice.
Manipur State Legal Services Authority MSLSA also commemorate Constitution Day and ADR conference in Lamphel. Speaking on the occasion, MSLSA Member Secretary Alek Muiva stressed the central idea of holding the event. He said it was held with an objective to spread public awareness on constitutional norms.
We are not just proud that it is the lengthiest constitution. Haibadi akoigi constitution se hazik phao adum chahi 70 henai akoi 75 76 sure. Sida akoi na amendment of just more than just hundreds ngatang ne akoi amend tawrise. It's just a perfect constitution. India shmuk chauba shmuk diversity laiba, so many ethnicity aduga culture aduga religious background. Ground later show asigi constitution sina akoi India se kaidana punna akoi just not only working but is vibrantly working. India is a functioning largest democratic country in the world because of our constitution.
Manipur University's National Service Scheme NSS organized a one-day national seminar on 75 years of constitutional evolution, issues and challenges at the university's court hall today. The event marked the joint observance of Indian Constitution Day and Janjatiya God of Divaj 2024. Dean of Manipur University's School of Social Science, Professor Thoiding Jam Purnima, Manipur University's Registrar Professor W. Chanbabu, Head of Law Department Dr. Y. Premananda, NSS Cell Program Coordinator Dr. Laishram Santosh and Janjatiya God of Divas in charge Dr. Chungmaijai Matthew, MK, were presiding members of the event. Speaking on the occasion, Dr. Y. Premananda highlighted that India's constitution, adopted 74 years ago, remains a cornerstone of the nation's democracy. He described it as living democracy, embodying the value and principles that govern the country. He also stressed the significance of observing Constitution Day to reinforce the constitutional values upheld by the judiciary and ensure their relevance in contemporary society.
Now we are very clear. Akoi clear ore constitution piba values mayam adagi principle mayam si akoi Manipur da si khongaung no budung tawi adana we also part of India. Akoi part of India ni ana constitution day akoi observe tawjaraga akoi su constitution piba value mayam si akoi su uphold tawani tawadabu akoi gi leibak pai bi ba government of India akoi union India high and state government na akoi value mayam constitution piba equality bu hairo fraternity bu hairo adagi liberty bu hairo justice bu hairo masi mayam si akoi da mayek se piba gi matam du la.
District Legal Services Authority Thoubal also marked the 75th Constitution Day at the conference hall of District and Session Court Complex Thoubal. District and Sessions Judge Thoubal, Come Chairman BLSA Thoubal Samom Ibzend, Family Court Thoubal Judge Waikhom Tonen, Chief Judicial Magistrate Come Secretary in Charge DLSA Thoubal Dr. Laishram Reena, along with learned advocates and the court staff were present at the event. United Committee Manipur UCM President YK Dhiren alleged central government of meting out third-rate treatment towards Manipur following its merger with India and attributes this neglect to the state's current turmoil. Speaking at the 27th Foundation Day of All Manipur Tami Chingmi Apunbanupi Lupt held at Yambem Mohori Memorial Club Uripok today, YK Dhiren emphasized the need for a decisive political move to secure the state's survival. He lambasted the state's political leaders for their failure to pressurize the central government to address the ongoing crisis, accusing them of prioritizing personal gain over public welfare. He alleged that the center has sided with Chin-Kuki narco-terrorists and is waging a war against the Meitei community, urging Meitei people to unite and set aside their differences to counter these challenges. All Manipur Tami Chingmi Apunbanupi Lupt President Yambem Momon Lema, All Manipur Social Reformation and Development Samaj Nupi Samaj President Thokchom Ongbi Ramani, and Apunba Manipur Kanba Lupt President Laurembam Nganbi Lema attended the event among others. Attendees paid floral tribute and 2-minute silence to late founding members and victims of the ongoing conflict.
Aujikte koi kaptuna leibagi matam nate amasung Indiana Olaiba, I Koibu, Maikay, Kuding Maktagi, Yangaiba, like Katana, Holy Basingashida, I Koigi, a pick Pamusunga Chowutidana, Isha Ishagiba, responsibility, like back Kandabahonavada, Ngambanga Magi Tank to the Honaminarganda, Huna Ese, Kandabamang, the Sanga Bohona Dragadi Koi, I Koigoiba, Amna Tandu Laitaba, I Koi Politican, Steba Malova Masangi, or Emotionda, Sentimenta, I Koi Kuna Ese, Puraga Sakradi, I Koi Lambi Se, Lamak Narakani have a wapam Sima, I Tamzage, Aduna, I Koi Amana Tauriba Tabak Singado, Laibaki Oiba, Lona Riba responsible Singado, Madudai Koi, Ikai Naminaba, Madubu, respect Dominaba, Madubu, recognize Dominaba Masangi, Kanagumba Matana Lebak Simangan in Bagiwakalol, Lairo.
Veteran politician and former Kukching MLA Y. Surchandra says the crisis in Manipur remains unsolved owing to central government's negligence. He claimed that the crisis would have been shortened if state government was given full power and responsibilities to end it. While speaking to media person at his residence in Palace Compound, Imphal today, Surchandra emphasizes the need of Manipur government to take its own decision without waiting for centre's order to resolve the prevailing crisis, citing examples of how the Okram Ibobi-led Congress government in the past had stopped innocent IM'd leader Fingailian Muiva from setting foot at Manipur and the efforts put in by the then government for partial removal of Armed Forces Special Powers Act from the state. The veteran politician underlined the need of present government to work wholeheartedly to solve any issues of the state. He went on to say that the unified command is not an order issued by the President of India and that the Chief Minister has the right to replace the power who is taking charge of the command. Speaking further, Surchandra criticized the Prime Minister and Chief Minister for not uttering a word against Mizoram Chief Minister Lal Dahoma for his controversial speech on separatist agenda at United States. He demanded befitting actions against Lal Dahoma.
Immediately, central government and state government pulga sida nongmai par kapthari ba husu ngarang su kapthai hai nahan su kapthai hai kari tawlege force mayam si kari operation kaba iba mafam de tawdana soi iba mafam de operation to si aidi masi sumden khali then almai tawrugadi tha amani de effectively wo operation si chathragadi karai no moino sniper dagi kari drone dagi kari dagi ali suda sign to matam de laitaba nongbai mayam ngasi uba phangi herbe mayam na adurgadi nongbai mayam si pai be mayam si masra ali security ki crack down ma torga masi punamaksi akoi disam to bum sangi only then Manipur idi shanti lerkani.
Well, now it's time for a small commercial break. After the break, we bring you news on Manipur State Rural Livelihood Mission, State Mission Director and Bandana, calling for equal development and opportunities in both urban and rural areas for the state's progress. We'll be back with details after the break. Until then, keep watching Impact News.
Ningol Chakauba Amasum Diwali na lakpada, Majo Habki Maiki Digi offer chow ni bizari. Refrigerator, washing machine, smart TV Amasum, smartphone su brand makal suna thamjari up to 60% discount ta phangigan. Glassware dagi horaga, rice cooker, air fryer na chim production, brand makal loina suna thamjari. Kay sampat konjing hajari lekai, Thoubal, aduga Manipur da tanatana Guwahati da su akhagi brand hamdun leisare. Ngasi maglingsan birau Majo Hub.
Alpha Coaching Institute na class 10 thagadaba satrusingi damak lakliba December gi tang 13 tagi revision course hauzaragani. Satrusingi oina coaching tawba matamdagi hauraga matriculation exam thaba phawba institute asida lainaba facility pizari. Lebak lairiba issue asiga mari lainana hostel gi fees tasu concession kaya pizari. Akupa marol gi damak Alpha Coaching Center da contact tawiu.
Welcome back. After the break, you're watching Primetime English Bulletin, and moving on with our bulletin. Manipur State Rural Livelihood Mission State Mission Director and Bandana emphasizes equal development and opportunities in both urban and rural areas for the state's progress. Bandana graced the Foundation Day celebration of Institute of Development Studies held at the Loktak Hall of Manipur Press Club today. Retired Joint Director of Planning Department Y. Indramani, Thangjam Agro Industries Private Limited Managing Director Thangjam Joy Kumar, and Institute of Development Studies Chairman Professor and Mohendro also graced the event. At the event, Imphal Times editor Rinku Kumukcham spoke on the topic Manipur Today and Tomorrow. A book titled Development Priority of Manipur for Institute of Development Studies was also released during the program. Speaking on the celebration as chief guest, and Bandana maintained that outside Manipur, rural areas are ahead of the urban areas in development, and on the other hand, rural areas of the state are lagging behind in progress. She stressed on encouraging youths in Manipur to work outside the state.
Self-help group say Sintana Mathoibu plays all across the districts. Masi Makada 1.2 lakhs household. Repeated Masim Parakan when 1.2 women lakhs say quick Namzare. Aduga, whatever day we have much more to go. We have to cover at least 3.5 lakh population covered over the Iran's the Su Kabaks and the Topasi Namdri. Even certain blocks. Manipur there were 70 blocks today that way 52 the Sanaga, 18 blocks that it was over Namdri because of this constraint and because of various other issues. Aduna City Port say funding से ministry देखी direct funding लाख पड़ी ना सेकंड 90:10 ना सरकार को तो पड़ी मणिपुर स्टेट को तो पड़ी याम नते मणिपुर की स्टेट की याम सुवाज़ पड़ी ना सेंटर की 90% से लाख का ना अतेइस ना 10% खतरे पीरी से
Relay hunger strike by Uripok Apunba in Uripok Nupi Apunba protesting the killing of 6 civilians, including women and children in Judiband, entered its 11th day today. Residents of Uripok Koishnan Lekai took part in the democratic protest from 8 a.m. till 12 noon, and residents of Hantem Lekai, Ningthokongjum Lekai took over the relay hunger strike from 12 noon till 6 p.m. From 6 p.m. till 8 a.m. tomorrow, residents of Langold, Leimakulend will carry forward the strike. Uripogapun Malupt Publicity Secretary Chingthang demanded booking of the Jiribam killers and urged both state and center to secure citizens in the state. People staged sit in protest at Nauhalai Laibung Kakching market today, condemning the arrest of 4 individuals in connection with storming of Kakching MLA's residence and the subsequent damage to properties and vehicles which occurred on the evening of November 16. The protest was organized by family members of the 4 arrested individuals. They demanded immediate and unconditional release, else warned of launching intense agitation. People staged protests amid at Kaisamthong Irom Pukrimapal social police arrest of Kaisamthong Irom Pukrimapal Mairapaibi Secretary T.S. Shushila. The sit-in was jointly carried out by Kaisamthong Irom Pukrimapal Mairapaibi Apunba Nupi Marup Thauda Babog Leikai, Nganapi Thong Mapal Nupi Lup and Kwakaithel Apunba Mairapaibi Lup. Speaking to media, President of Kaisapum Irom Pukri Mapal Mairapaibi Irom Debrani demanded immediate and unconditional release of arrested Shushila. She also stated that the police did not provide arrest memo at the time of her arrest and condemned the arrest of innocent civilians amidst the prevailing turmoil.
Manipur ki police team mamana mayum dagi kokhatpe base yamna yaningde Manipur gi damakta iho kaya da saruk yai haidana asumaina phabi bataragadi Manipur da leiba maira paibi punamaksu akoi phabi police na misang mikhai na atamna khada dang phabase akoi yajaningde masi atuba matamda akoi myam iho hora ani Manipur government gi mafamda akoi na haijen badi sumba iho hora ko kudimak phaba base yajaningde atuba matamda mabu condition amta yauna thadok piro aduna mabu thadok tabatarabadi mayam punamak akoi iho chapmana ba iho humina kani haidana mayam gi mafamda media gi thongda haijari.
Kabui Union Manipur operates holding of Manipur Indigenous Peoples Cultural Exchange Festival 2024, which is scheduled to take place at Chadong village in the Kamjong district starting November 29. A press statement issued by Kabui Union Manipur questioned the relevancy of the cultural exchange to be held under the theme Manipur United by Diversity amidst the prevailing unrest. The press statement also informed that Kabui Customary Council Manipur will carry out a customary ceremony and prayer service for Manipur on November 27 at Saumbung Kabui Kunjao. Press note from Federation of Indigenous Peoples Democratic Movement FIDEM also disapproved the plan of Tourism Department to hold Indigenous Peoples Cultural Exchange Festival at the Kamjong District's Chadong. FIDEM says that it is not right to conduct the event amidst the grim situation in the state. On the other hand, Indigenous Peoples Forum called for support of Manipur Indigenous Peoples Cultural Exchange 2024 to be carried out in collaboration with State Tourism Department on November 29 and 30 at Chadong, Kamjong District. A press statement issued by Indigenous Peoples Forum informed that preparations for the festival has been going on for a long time, and the festival is aimed at strengthening the bond between indigenous communities of the state, emphasizing on unity, diversity and cultural pride, and appealed for support from every members of indigenous communities in the state. 1 week faculty development programs on augmenting teaching management skills using innovative technology commenced today at the conference hall of College of Agriculture Iraisemba CAU Imphal. The faculty development program is being jointly organized by College of Agriculture Iraisemba and Directorate of Institute CAU Imphal, with an aim to enhance faculty preparedness by focusing on key areas such as teaching and learning, professional ethics and values, need-based research and entrepreneurship, as well as to uphold the participants with the latest development in the field of agricultural education. Eminent experts from the renowned institute like IIT Kharagpur, Nehu Shillong, Mizoram University, Manage Hyderabad, Manipur University, IIIT Manipur, CAU Imphal, etc. will be sharing their expertise with the participants during the 1 week program. There will be 17 technical sessions covering important topics related to the theme of the program. Altogether, 33 faculties and scientists from different constituent colleges of CAU Imphal are taking part in the program. Poidopat Farmers Development Cooperative Society Imphal East urged governments and agricultural departments to provide rabi crop seeds and early variety of paddy seeds for double cropping. Speaking in this regard at Yairipok Tulihal in Imphal East today, Poidopat Farmers Development Cooperative Society Secretary K.H. Tomcho maintained that the harvesting season is completing and subsequently farmers will start double cropping soon. He urged relevant authorities to fulfill the demand at the earliest. A team led by Ranch Forest Officer Thaubald Dinachandra Salam along with Anjuman Lilong members has recovered 16 bird traps during a drive at Lilong Ngango Lokon area. The snare drive was carried out under the supervision of Divisional Forest Officer Thobal Dr. J.C. Lee. Candlelight vigil was carried out in connection to the 16th day of activism against gender-based violence, which is done worldwide to end violence against women and children yesterday evening at PMYWA ground. The program was jointly carried out under the guidance of United NGOs Mission to Manipur by District Network Committee, DNC, Vishnupur, Nari Kalyan Samiti, NKS, Wahengkhuman, Pakhangba, Masaigond Youth Welfare Association to PMYWA and Mairapaibi Wahengkhuman. The vigil is part of the 15-day observance of the 16th day of activism against gender-based violence. Closing ceremony of year-long celebration of 20 years of Sahitya Thopang Group was held at RKCS Art Gallery in Kaisamthong. During the event, attendees paid homage to those who were killed in the present unrest and violence. District-level World Hepatitis Day 2024 was observed at District Hospital Chandel. Under the aegis of National Viral Hepatitis Control Program, the event was organized by District Health Society Chandel on the theme, It's Time for Action. Chandel District DC and Rajkumar, District Health Society Chandel MOs, ANMs, staffs, ASHA workers and locals were present at the observance. Now the news from the world of sports. In the 68 Under-14 Boys and Girls National School Games Handball Tournament, Manipur girls team defeated Punjab in the Under-14 girls and Manipur boys teams defeated Gujarat in the tournament held under the aegis of School Games Federation of India hosted by Chhattisgarh. Manipur girls team defeated Punjab 13-5. In the Under-14 boys category, Manipur defeated Gujarat 11-10. The Under-14 boys team comprises 16 players with M. Bindia as manager and H. Dama as coach. The Under-14 girls team comprises 16 players with And Somo Bala as manager and Rajkumari Sunita as coach. Next matches of the tournament will resume in the evening. 78 National Football Championship for Santosh Trophy final round will kick-start from December 14th under the aegis of All India Football Federation. 6 teams will compete in the Group A League round matches at Deccan Arena Artificial Turf Ground in Telangana, Hyderabad. Manipur Services, West Bengal, Jammu and Kashmir, Rajasthan and host Telangana will compete in the Group A League round. 2 leading teams in the round will further compete against one another for the quarter-final spot. Manipur will play their first match against Services on December 14, against Rajasthan on December 16th. Manipur will take on Jammu and Kashmir on December 16th, which will be followed by a face-off against West Bengal on December 21st. Manipur team will play its last league match against Telangana on the 23rd of December. Well, that's all we have in this bulletin, but before we wind up, let's take a glimpse at the headlines once again. Kokomi announces immediate boycott of Union Home Minister Amit Saha and 2-day shutdown of all states and central offices and institutions in Manipur from tomorrow. Government announces closure of all education institutions, schools and colleges, government-aided private and central schools located in Valley districts from tomorrow until further notice. Mighty men who work at the Indian Army 57 Mountain Division campus in Laimapong missing since yesterday. Irate locals block Laimapong Road at Kanto suburbs demanding immediate action. GOC assures efforts on to find missing persons. Historic year-long celebrations to mark 75-year of adoption of Indian Constitution commences under the campaign Hamara Samvidhan, Hamara Swabhiman. Chief Minister Nongthorn Bireen urges citizens to inculcate Constitution's value, principle and rights and called for collective efforts by executive, legislature and judiciary to ensure states development. Congress Legislative Party leader Okram Iwobi alleges Chief Minister Nongthorn Bireen led state governments to advocating dictatorship and violating constitutional norms. And United Committee in Manipur's President YK Dhiren alleges central government of meting out third-rate treatment towards Manipur following its merger with India and attributes this neglect to current turmoil. Well, thank you so much for being with us. Coming up next is Primetime Manipuri Bulletin. In the meantime, have a great evening.